There we go. That could be that. I think that was me, Sean. Thank you very much for shouting out. Thanks, William, for making me see it there. My bad, guys. Okay, so a bullish trend in the market, whether you're using the diamonds, the Qs, RSP, um, transports, anything, for me anyway, and everybody, you should have your own. What constitutes a bullish trend for you? You know, open up a book, and if there's something in there that says, in fact, this is a bullish trend, and if that's what you believe, then you should follow that. Okay. Otherwise, be creative for yourself. You know, you're your own trader. And what I want to see for me, because I don't believe that fact is in a book, I want to see that white line moving up above the green dots. And a real good bullish trend would put you above the 50 period moving average. Now, many times I use this down here where the white line is up above the green line like that down here. And we're below the 50. But right now, this is what we're looking at. And if we look here, that based on that, this is about as bearish as you absolutely get. Okay. Back to the SPY. This is about as bearish as you absolutely get. And it doesn't matter what price does, because it takes price to push us into trend, and trend is where we trade. Okay. Price can push us into trend, and trend is where we trade. So we looked at this. We've looked at RSP. That was the first one up, and that wasn't too bad. Take a look at IWM. That is not horrible. It's not horrible, but wouldn't we want it to turn up a little bit? Right now, we're just going sideways. We are holding that 50 period moving average here. But wouldn't we want to see that bullish attitude start to move up here? Sure would. Look at the Qs. It just doesn't get any bearish than this. And I know, there's some thoughts out there right now, and I might be one of them that says, hey, we might be building a bottom. Okay, let's not mix words here. That is still bearish, period. I don't care what kind of bottom it's trying to build. We are still bearish. T-line is still under the trend indicator. Trend indicator still under the 50. Really, really simple. Now, again, this is my own little creation right here. And again, if you find, what is a real trend for you? Well, use it. I mean, you can draw lines in this to your blue in the face, and I'm going to win the game. It's still in a downtrend, So, but then when we look at some charts, I mean, we look at charts like, we'll take coin, for instance. Take coin. Are we starting to turn up here? We sure are. Yeah. Take a look at Netflix. Now, I recently closed my Netflix for a nice gain. Look at that Netflix there. Beautiful. Look at PLTR. I closed mine yesterday, and then I closed also the PTIR yesterday for a beautiful gain because price jumped up, and I know I'm not going to be here for a bit. So I got rid of those. And those are the kind of trends that are starting to turn. Now, those are kind of down below. One more maybe here. Look at Hood. Hood, see, it's price action is pushing, and that's turning the dots green, but we really don't have a trend in there yet. Take a look at Ross Stores. That's a trend right in there. There's the difference of a trend, and then we've looked at some non-trends. Okay, there's a trend. And the market is not doing this, but there certainly are charts doing this. And this is what I mean, sort of like a tale of two coins here. I mean, you're talking about a stock picker's market. This is a stock picker's market with everything in the world against you. Man, how does that make you feel? I mean, really, we are exactly 2 seconds away from a tweet that could kill this market or rip this market. We are 2 seconds away. Iran could call uncle. You could be 100% short, and this market's going to rip your head off. You could be 100% long, and it doesn't matter 100%. You could have a mixture of both. And no matter what happens with Iran, good, bad, or indifferent, it will kill half your account in a split second. So I guess what I'm trying to really share here is I'm lucky. For those who don't know, I'm heading into surgery at this morning. I don't have to leave for the hospital just a little while. And I feel fortunate. Now that is insane. I feel fortunate that I get away from trading for a while. I truly, truly feel fortunate. I don't wish anybody to go have surgery, but for God's sakes, go do something else. All right. Um, I've talked to several people last night and um, through text, emails, and the room private messaging here. I get a lot of people that chat with me at night, and um, a lot of people are losing money, and the reason is it's the tails of two coins. It's it's no matter what, the world is against you at this moment. Okay, at this moment, it is against you, and you have no edge in this trading. Now I know there's always that person out there that's making money hands over fist, and I'm great. I'm grateful. I'm glad for you 100%. But by and large, most people are losing money, and at best, they're treading water. So maybe the thing to do, maybe, just maybe the thing to do is take the day off, take a few days off. All right. All right. I'll quit this preaching baloney nonsense and let's look at some charts here. All right. Um, let's go through Google here. Look where price, look at that. That's in a downtrend. Is it building a bottom? It could be, but that's just guessing if you say it is. If you say that's building a bottom, you're just guessing because you have absolutely no fact at all to that. Apple. Is Apple set up? It could be, but does it look like it's a buy right now? Excuse me. I haven't had coffee this morning. I can't drink water this morning. What in the world? When the doctor called me yesterday afternoon, says, "Hey, you're not scheduled to 10:45 this morning," I thought that was the greatest thing. I'd give anything to have a 6 a.m. surgery call. Can't drink, can't eat, can't do anything. Anyway, sorry. Mags. Look at Mags. Is Mags building a bottom? Well, we have a double bottom. Nowhere will you find in a trading book that says that is in fact a reversal signal. Nowhere. That means it's still in downtrend. Look at Tesla, still in a downtrend. Is it building a bottom? It could be, but still in a downtrend. Go with what you know, not with what you guess. Trade what you see. Don't trade what you don't see. Don't trade you're guessing what tomorrow is going to be. Trade what you see. We have all the tools here. Candlesticks / price action, one of the greatest tools there are. Moving averages, a fantastic tool. The ability to come in here and draw a line from a top to a top like that, what a fantastic tool that is. We take it for granted. You know, let's just get rid of everything. Use the tools. There is no tool for guessing what tomorrow is. There is no tool at all. There is no indicator, none, that guesses what's going to happen tomorrow or next week. Amazon. Have we put in a little bit of bottom? By all standards, by trading standards, yes, we have. By trading standards, we have ourselves a low, high, and we just kind of went, choppy sideways here to a higher low, and then we did break out. So yes, by trading standards, we have something going on here with Amazon. Yes, we do. Price is above the trend indicator. T-line is not. So as far as that goes, that is what I would consider a trend, not a trend above the 50, not a rising 50, but a trend, just a little trend, my trading trend right there. Look at NVIDIA. What in the world would make you think NVIDIA is bullish? Well, about the only thing in the world that would make you think NVIDIA is bullish is because NVIDIA is the big dog in the world, and NVIDIA is going to make more stuff, and it's going to sell more stuff, and it's going to drive price higher. It's going to become more of a valuable company, right? Wrong. You don't know that for sure. You have no clue whatsoever. No fact at all that is going to happen. Now, I happen to think it is. I apologize. Too many mics to turn off. No, I think they are going to go higher, but there's absolutely zero fact to that. That's a gut feeling. They make Imodium for that. trade the chart in front of you. If you're swing trading, if you're long-term trading, that's different. Buy what you want, hold it for as long as you want. But for swing trading, there's no buy in here. There's no trend in here. So you're guessing that this is the bottom. Meta. Now, I happen to like Meta. I'd kind of like to buy Meta. It's starting to turn around. Let's come over to this chart and look at Meta real quick. And let's put price on. No, let's leave price off. See how we just might be trying to turn here and flip right over the 50-period moving average, just like we did right here and failed, right? We just might be trying to. So I've got my eyes on this one, but I'm not buying it. I'm waiting till it actually gets into trend. Actually into trend, okay? So let's see here. With transport, I can get to sort of some kind of business here. Transports are still looking pretty good, still trending very well. SMH, not horrible, not horrible, but we are trending down based on price, T-line, and trend indicator, right? That's why we have the red dots. We are trending down. Before we look at some charts, the bottom line is be very, very careful when you trade. Trade lighter or don't trade at all. Trade with paper, maybe. Go fishing. If I could go fishing, I would. Do something a little bit different. But maybe don't put all your marbles into a big major trade right now, because the world really is, truly is against you at this moment. You have no edge. You have zero edge. One bomb could go in the wrong place, and we're screwed. I mean, I don't mean coming over here. That's not what I mean. I just mean that one thing could change, say in the Iran situation, and it could rip this market to the upside or rip it to the downside. One tweet could change anything. Anything. One comment on television could change everything. And here you are holding a basket of longs and shorts. And I know you're super smart, so you're going to hold half of longs and half of shorts. Okay. You know what I mean? So just trade wise. Trade wise. Trade wise. Maybe don't trade. All righty. Let's look at some charts here. I've got some charts here. Let me cover all yours first, and then I've got some charts here. I apologize on the social media side. It took me a minute to turn the sound on. I apologize. Thank you for shouting out that it was off. IBRX, let's take a look at that. That's a nice bullish chart. It really is. Trend is there. This would be a T-line trend indicator trap right now. So I guess the question, Hot, is, one, are you in it? Are you looking to buy it? What's your trade plan? I don't know. That would, a little of that sometimes would be very helpful for me. In my opinion, is not a buy now. Maybe a little higher up here, somewhere in this neighborhood, around 1040, something like that. But the trend is there. We don't see buyers yet right here, and that's what I would like to see. Okay. NVAX. Nice trending chart, and I like this one for the watch list. That looks good. Setting right in there. There's targets. We've already looked at this one. Targets looking good. Again, I don't know if you're in it, what your trade plan is or anything in it. If I was buying, I probably wouldn't buy it. I'd set an alert about that 1015 because I want to see that, well, you're already in it. I don't want to be the first cat in across the hill there. So that's something I'd like to see. All right, what do we have over here? Oh, yeah, no coffee, none. I haven't even had a drink of water yet. Let's see. Hey, Sharon, good morning. You're thinking of buying some now? Now looks good. I like that. Here we are starting to turn up after a long downtrend. I like that. Nice and oversold down here. We've got ourselves a double bottom. Everything is starting to look pretty good. That looks really good, in fact. I think we should draw some lines on this, say from this point. This is where I would go, down to those lows. And then, actually, is that where I would go? Yeah, no, yeah. I'm actually going to try it up here. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm going to move this up here. I think I am. I like that better. I like where everything lands here better. Okay. So that puts that 50% retracement up here just under 150 bucks. That's a nice little move up there. 27%. Right now, I would look at that 50 period moving average for a target. That's a nice chart. Yeah. Yeah. Phil, you like this one too? All right, way to go. Thank you. Let's see. I'm a little bit scattered here. Let me find where I'm at. There we go. Let's see, Alpha. What are you showing here? 8 EMA and the vol stop? No. The red and green dots here. This is not the vol stop. What this is the trend indicator. Somebody asked me this morning really early if I could send them the code to this, and there is no code. Oh no, I'm sorry, my bad. They were talking about TC or T2123. My bad. The green and red dots, this is simply a moving average. I use the 17 EMA. I know some people who do this with the 20 and the 21, and then there's a couple of little variations, but mostly 17, 20, 21 is what I know about. I use the 17. And we have just figured out a very clever way. I cannot show it right now live because I am limited on time. I have no problem. It's not anything we hold as a secret. I can show you in the room once the market opens up, okay? I just can't do it. I just don't have any time right now. But what it does is what happens is when price is on top of those dots, the price turns green. The dots turn green. When price is below those dots, the dots turn red. So it gives you a very clear trend. Is the trend up or down based on that moving average is what you're doing. And you can change that moving average anything you want. But based on that moving average there, our trend is either up or down. And you can see that trend now has been down for a long period of time. And now it's starting to turn up. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chart here. Really, really nice. I like this. What else? Let me go scroll down here now. Hey, Sonny, I'm thinking of buying some B. Let's go for some B here. Nice consolidation right now on B. Let's clear all that out. There we go. B is consolidating quite nice here. Let's take this and move this top up there. I guess we don't really need the bottom. Let's just do that right there. In fact, I like that better. So here we are consolidating. So, the thing of it is know where you're going or where you think it's going to go, which that's a pretty easy one to do on this chart. I'm going to take this and go to that high right there. Take this one and move up. And there's some targets up there for you just by doing that. We're in this nice consolidation area. So you have a choice of buying in here. Every trader has a choice. You can buy in this area, which, makes pretty good sense to me, or wait for that breakout right in here. And then some really nice targets up there. 185, almost 196, 211.80, something like that. 223 up there. Looking good. I like that. Thanks, Sonny. Sharon, yeah, I like this one too. Look at that. Look at Trade Desk here. What a big binge. So this is one of these charts that I hear from people all the time. Well, I missed the chart. No, you didn't. You didn't miss the trade. Missed the trade. No, you didn't. All this was this move from here to here was the look at me now. That's all this was. This was the alert. This was not the trade. I mean, it was a trade for people that's in it. People that's looking for this sort of thing, of course, this was the trade. But if you're looking for a swing trade, this was the alert right here. So it's absolutely great, by the way. What a great alert. Now, so if you're a swing trader, you're trading a swing. You're trading that swing to the upside, right? Trading that swing, probably should have done it like that. So what do we need now? We need a pullback. We need a rest. And then you get into that swing right there. That's a nice chart. An arrest can be an honest to goodness pullback, can even retest those lows, which that would be no good there. But, we could pull back, 26.20 here, and that would be a good pullback. But what if it doesn't pull back? What if it just kind of scoots sideways? Well, a couple of days sideways is good enough. That's rest. And then we can look for that next swing to the upside. Excuse me. That's a very, very nice chart there. I look forward to hearing how everybody did on that one. Thank you. Where are we here? There we go. Here, I've got a few more charts. And then we probably should look at, I thought I put some shorts on here. Maybe I did. I just have, oh, here, Lily. Look at Lily. See how Lily's starting to roll over here? Look at that. Price targets. I'm always going to use or start with moving averages. Look at those moving averages down there. BMBN, NR. Look at BNR. Still moving down. Still targets down below. Still looking good. Nice blue ice failure there. GM. I made good money on some short on GM. Look at that. Maybe setting up again for a blue ice. So there's plenty of shorts out there. I think everybody wants longs. That's what everybody kind of threw at me here. So we can do that. Oh, I see some GE. Let's look at some GE. Yeah, GE's bullish. So when we let's see, pen. There we go. So the trend, the T line, the 8 EMA, the white line, and the trend indicator, and we're going to throw the 50 in because it's here. And you can clearly see that's in a bullish trend, right? And then we see these two moving averages, especially when they kind of come close together. Man, that's a nice sign right there. And then what we look for is price to help with an entry and to actually make the trade. That's a good looking chart. Any kind of bullishness, probably over 341.45, would probably trigger a whole lot of people in. That's looking pretty good there. Thanks for that one. I'd say your name, but I can't. I'll just say Inc., okay? Forgive me. Walmart. You know, I like Walmart, but Walmart's not ready today. I mean, it doesn't look like that pre-market. I have an alert on Walmart right here, and if it breaks out over 128.60, then that would be a buy signal for me on Walmart. But now Walmart's just kind of cruising sideways. Yeah. All right. Here, let's look at, I have PAA down here. Look at PAA. Nice, beautiful trend inside day. Might be an opportunity right there. We already look at Ross. Look at MSTR. We got MSTR down here. Here's another one that's been in a downtrend, and it's starting to turn green here. Green dots starting to turn up. Take on the 50-period moving average right in here. Excuse me again, and I apologize. I can't get the mics turned off. So if we were just looking at this and go from moving average to moving average, from the 50 up here to the dotted deuce, there's a nice 46%. Look, I'm not saying that's 100% where it's going, but if you can't make some money in the middle there, I don't know what to tell you. That's a nice looking chart. 10:45, coach. So I'm going to be here for a little bit this morning. Not long, though, but a little. Take a look at mRNA. That was pointed out in our trading room yesterday, and I think a few people bought it. What a nice chart. Thank you very much, team, for pointing this out. mRNA. We got a nice little pop to the upside. Inside day today. There you go. Anybody that buys this is not in hit and run candlesticks. If you buy this and you make money, please make sure you get over and say thank you to the team, all right? Because they're the ones that pointed it out. DKNG. Setting up. All right, I'm going to go for last call here. So if anybody's waiting for that last minute to type something in there, now might be the time to do it. I think that happens every single day. So I'm holding last call right now. Last call. DKNG. We've got a nice little low, a nice high, a nice higher low. How much prettier does it get than that? And then we break out of this high right there. Absolutely beautiful. Now, our trend has been in a downtrend, and now our trend is starting in an uptrend. See the green dots? I think this stock is a great example of a bottom, follow through, and now coming up through trend right there. I think that's a nice stock right there. All right, last call. Last call. Good enough. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it very much. Hey, thanks. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll be in the room here at the open, but then I'm not going to stay very long. Okay. Everybody on the social, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for chiming in with us in the morning. I truly appreciate it. Remember, there will be no pre-market on Friday, tomorrow, May, and probably not Tuesday. I will shoot for Wednesday, but if I can't make it, I will post it out on Facebook and X that we will not make it. All right. Just like I will post it out if we will make it. Everybody take care. Thank you very much and have a great weekend. All right. Later.